You've felt it, haven't you? That pull. That strange, inexplicable tug on your spirit whenever you think of him. Like something ancient inside you remembers, even if your mind pretends not to. The angels whisper now, he cannot unsee your light. There is a reason your paths crossed in silence, in timing that made no sense to logic but felt divinely orchestrated. Heaven doesn't deal in coincidences. Your soul was placed beside his to awaken something long buried, within him and within you. He was not seeking love when you appeared. He wasn't ready. But love doesn't wait for readiness. It flows in like breath in the lungs, natural, sudden, essential. You didn't have to convince him of anything. Your presence did the work. Your grace, the way you carry your scars like soft metals of survival, your laughter that cuts through his numbness, all of it pierced through defenses he spent years building. And now, he trembles under the weight of a feeling he can't explain. The angels show me that you were sent as a mirror, yes, but also as a message. A living message. A sacred interruption in a life that was drifting without purpose. There is nothing random about what's unfolding. Every time he sees your name. Every memory that plays in his mind like a scene he can't forget. Every ache of longing he tries to suppress. It's all part of a divine alignment. You, beloved soul, carry a signature only he can read. And now he begins to awaken, not to the idea of love, but to its embodiment in you. Let your heart receive this. You were not sent to beg for affection or fight for a place. You were sent to remind him of who he really is beneath the layers he forgot how to peel back. The angels say, she is the truth his heart buried when life taught him to stop believing. You are the spark he never saw coming. And now, nothing will ever be the same. Before I formed you in the womb I knew you, and before you were born I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. He learned long ago how to disappear without moving, to laugh without feeling, to hold without trusting. There are walls around his heart so old they feel like part of the architecture. But you made the air shift. The angels say, she sees through the armor, and that terrifies him. This man was taught that vulnerability is danger, that needing someone means weakness. Somewhere in his story, love hurt, and it left him unsure if he could ever open those rooms again. So when you looked at him like you knew, he panicked. You triggered something sacred, but also something deeply buried. You didn't cause the wounds, but your light revealed them. And now, even when he tries to look away, your essence keeps reflecting back the truth he's not ready to face. You may wonder why he pulls back after leaning in. Why he silences himself right when things feel open. It's not rejection. It's protection. He's protecting not only himself, but the version of love he still doesn't feel worthy to receive. Inside, there's a boy who was once abandoned, or betrayed, or made to feel invisible. That boy still lives in the man you see today. And when he feels too seen, too chosen, too cherished, he panics. Because love never felt safe before. You didn't do anything wrong. And you don't need to do more to fix this. The angels want you to hear this clearly. You were sent to show, not to chase. His healing is not your burden, but your presence. It opens the gates. Right now, he's fighting a storm you can't stop, but your energy remains, echoing in his quiet moments, soothing him in dreams, pulling him closer even as he resists. There will be days when you feel the ache of his silence like an unanswered prayer. But know this, he sees you. He remembers the softness of your gaze. He carries your light inside his hesitation. And no wall is strong enough to silence the truth that you awakened. You give so much. Quietly. Beautifully. Sometimes without even realizing how much of yourself you're pouring into spaces that aren't yet ready to hold you. The angels lean in and whisper, she must remember her own light. It's easy to forget your worth when you're loving someone who doesn't always know how to receive it. You start wondering if maybe you're too much, or not enough. You shrink, adjust, overextend, hoping he'll meet you halfway. But love that depletes is not love you're meant to carry alone. He's not the mirror of your value. You are not defined by his silence, his delay, his confusion. You are the flame. The angels want to wrap you in this truth. The heart that holds others must first be held by its own hands. So today, stop chasing the moments when he might return. Turn inward. Tend to yourself the way you've tended to him. Rest. Nourish. Reclaim the pieces of you left lingering in unanswered questions. Light the candle. Say the prayer. Breathe. This connection is real. It's sacred. But that doesn't mean it requires your sacrifice. Sometimes love asks for waiting, but never for self-abandonment. And when you protect your own light, when you rise in the fullness of who you are, he feels it. He may not understand it yet, but his soul does. Because your strength heals. Your boundaries teach. Your glow, when lit from within, becomes a lighthouse for the lost. He's not ready yet to meet you in your wholeness. But that doesn't mean you need to dim. There is a divine rhythm at play here. He is being unraveled. And you, beloved, are being remembered by yourself. Keep walking in your truth. Keep choosing your peace. Keep tending to your soul. Because no matter where this path leads, you will not be empty. You are the home you've been waiting for. He doesn't understand why being near you feels so intense. Why your voice lingers within him long after the conversation is over. Why your smile stirs emotions in places he thought were long numb. The angels say, she reflects what he's hidden from for years. You didn't come into his life to fit a role. You came as a mirror. And the moment your light touched his shadow, he began to unravel. When he looks at you, he sees possibility. But he also sees the parts of himself he never dared to love. The dreams he buried. The tenderness he ridiculed. The boy he once was, and forgot how to be. That's why your presence feels like both comfort and disruption. He is drawn to you in ways he can't articulate, but that attraction scares him. Because you don't just make him feel, you make him see. The version of himself you reflect in your gaze is one he wants to become, but doesn't yet know how. And so he resists. Not because he doesn't care, but because caring requires change. You didn't ask to be his mirror, but the soul remembers what the mind denies. And he remembers you. From lifetimes ago, from dreams, from some place where love wasn't this complicated. His soul aches when you walk away and panics when you get too close. Because everything in him craves to be known, but fears the consequences of being seen. The angels whisper, she calls forth his truth, and truth to the unhealed feels like danger. So when he withdraws, don't doubt your magic. When he doubts, don't question your light. You didn't create the wound. You simply made it impossible for him to ignore. And in that discomfort, healing has already begun. Let your presence continue to do its quiet work. Not by proving, not by pleasing, but by being. It started slowly. A restlessness in his chest. A dream with your voice. A glimpse of your smile in the middle of an ordinary day. Something is shifting inside him, and he doesn't know how to stop it. The angels say, she is the sound his soul has been waiting to hear. He thought he could stay numb, live within routine, distract himself with noise. But your energy broke through the static. Not with a storm, but with stillness. It was the silence you brought that made everything else too loud to bear. Now, everything reminds him of you. A song lyric. A scent in the air. The way sunlight falls on the floor. What once seemed manageable, this idea of moving on now feels unbearable. This is what awakening looks like. Confusion laced with clarity. Fear tangled in longing. He is not who he was before you. And he knows it. But awakening hurts before it heals. He wants to understand what's happening, but the heart doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in pulses, in heat, in grief and awe. And his heart is finally speaking. He can no longer pretend this connection is just coincidence. He has felt you in places untouched by memory. He has heard your name in the silence of his prayers. And something in him has begun to yield. The angels show me that his spirit is being softened, not by force, but by the echo of your presence. This is not the kind of love he expected. It is the kind of love that rebuilds the world from within. And slowly, he is beginning to believe that maybe he is worthy. That maybe this wasn't an accident. That maybe, just maybe, his soul already chose you long before his mind ever could. He pulls away, then returns. Each time, with eyes that say what lips still won't. This rhythm, the ache, the silence, the reapproach, it's not madness. It's the motion of a heart afraid to love and more afraid not to. The angels whisper, every time he leaves, he's hoping you'll forget him. Every time he comes back, it's because he can't. You feel it in your bones now, the loop. The cycle that spins you both through longing and distance like a tide. You're not imagining it. And it's not about you being too much or not enough. It's about him being torn. He wants your warmth, but not the surrender it demands. He wants to stay safe in his solitude, yet his soul keeps calling your name. So he takes a step back to control the burn. But he comes back because the cold feels worse. This is the spiral of the almost awakened. A man whose spirit is catching fire, yet whose wounds still scream, run. He feels guilt. For not choosing you sooner. For making you wait in uncertainty. For feeling so much yet not knowing how to hold it. You might feel tempted to shut down, to close the door each time he drifts away. But the angels say, she is the only softness he trusts. And softness, when met with true presence, does not mean passivity. It means strength disguised as stillness. It means holding your own heart while he learns to hold his. So yes, he will come and go until the mirror no longer frightens him. Until your steadiness teaches him that safety is not the absence of emotion, but the presence of love that doesn't vanish when he does. Until then, protect your peace. Let the cycle run its course without making it your identity. You are not the uncertainty. You are the constant he's learning to believe in. Love doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to prove anything. True love, the kind that heals, moves in silence and leaves evidence everywhere. The angels whisper, she didn't fix him. She reminded him that he was never broken. You didn't come into his life to rescue him. But your love became a mirror, reflecting a version of himself he had forgotten. A version that still hopes. Still feels. Still longs to be seen. He doesn't know how to name it. But he feels it. In the calm you bring. In the way your energy lingers even after you've left. Your love is medicine. Not the kind that demands. The kind that invites. That allows wounds to breathe and fears to soften. He may not say it, but the transformation is happening. Quietly. Daily. Because of your presence. And it didn't require you to sacrifice your truth. You didn't heal him through sheer effort. You healed him by simply being your authentic self. The angels show me scenes he replays in his mind. Your laughter during moments he thought were insignificant. Your gaze that broke through his defenses. The way you listened when he had no words. He's starting to associate your love with safety. Not the safety of hiding, but the safety of being seen and still being chosen. You are not the answer to his questions, but you are the permission he needed to ask them. And that is a sacred thing. Because love that doesn't seek to change is the love that transforms. You didn't enter his life to save him. But now he can't imagine a future where your love isn't part of his healing. And that, beloved soul, is your gift. You don't need to do more. Just keep being who you are. You are already the balm his soul has been longing for. There are moments when the silence feels unbearable. When doubt wraps itself around your chest like a fog. When you wonder if anything is truly unfolding, or if you've just imagined it all. The angels say, nothing you feel is an illusion. Heaven has been orchestrating this from the beginning. You were not left in the dark. You were placed in sacred stillness. Because divine timing moves differently. It develops things beneath the surface long before they bloom. And right now, that bloom is close. This love, this connection, it didn't start in this lifetime. It's older than memory, wiser than reason. A path your soul recognized the moment your eyes met his. But knowing that doesn't make the waiting easier. You've prayed. You've trusted. You've tried to let go. And still, the ache remains. Let the ache be sacred. It is proof that your heart stays open, even when life provides no guarantees. The angels show me his journey too. A path filled with stops and starts. Of awakening and retreat. Of trying to outpace a truth that keeps finding him nonetheless. He is being guided. Not by pressure, but by presence. He's being softened by dreams he can't explain, by longings he can't shake off, by memories he thought he buried that now resurface with your name attached. And through it all, the divine is watching, moving, aligning stars and hearts in silence. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. This is not a detour. This is the way. You are being guided to something that will make the waiting worthwhile. You are already on the path, even when you can't see it. There's a reason he doesn't let you all the way in. A reason why just when things begin to open up, he closes the door, softly but firmly. It's not rejection. It's a wound. The angels say, he has tasted loss. And now he flinches at the taste of love. He wants to love you. Desperately. But he fears what that love might cost. He's learned to expect absence. To anticipate endings. And you, with your presence, your care, your quiet devotion, you challenge the armor he's worn for so long. Because you make him feel. And feeling, for someone who's trained himself not to, feels like drowning. Every time you reach out, part of him wants to lean in. But another part, the wounded one, pulls back, terrified that needing you means losing you someday. He's not pushing you away out of indifference. He's protecting the version of himself that still believes love is a risk too dangerous to take. The angels reveal, his silence is not the absence of emotion. It's the weight of emotion too heavy to carry aloud. You may never fully understand the shadows he battles. But your presence has become a lighthouse. Not by fixing things. Not by waiting endlessly. But by simply being. And still, this doesn't mean you must stand in the doorway of someone else's healing. You are not his savior. You are his invitation. An invitation to be accepted as he is. To risk being seen and not abandoned. To believe that love doesn't have to hurt to be real. The angels show me a moment ahead, a soft unraveling, a pause, a confession. He will speak. Not perfectly, but truthfully. And it will matter. But only when the fear becomes quieter than the need. Perfect love drives out fear. 1 John 4 verse 18. Let your love remain true, but never silent about your own needs. Because he is not the only one learning how to open. You are too. There will come a moment, quiet, not grand, when you finally stop waiting for him to arrive in a way that makes your heart feel safe. And in that moment, you will realize, you are always the arrival. The angels speak softly now. What you've been seeking from him is already blooming within you. Yes, he may come back. Yes, he may speak the words you've longed to hear. But by then, your heart will know something deeper. Love is not about being chosen. It's about choosing yourself enough not to shrink while waiting. You loved him purely, without masks. And even in his absence, your love remained sincere. That is a rare and holy thing. But your worth is not measured by his capacity to receive you. You gave from a full heart, and the heavens recorded every moment. Now, you are invited to rest. Not in defeat, but in divine trust. This connection, this sacred bond, it may continue. It may even transform into something breathtaking. But whether or not it does, you are whole. You are already love. The angels say, when she stopped chasing clarity, clarity came like morning light. There's a beauty in release, in laying down the sword, in saying, I have done my part, and that is enough. Acceptance is not giving up. It is standing in your power and saying, I trust the unfolding. If it is meant to be, it will return. And if it doesn't, it has already served its purpose. The love you carry is not wasted. It was never for one person alone. It was always meant to awaken the divinity within you. And now, you are free to receive what resonates with that frequency. What reflects your depth? What embraces you with the same sacredness that you offer? Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. The journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning with you.